Hey everybody, here we are at cold Tesla again, and today we're going to show you how a hybrid works. We're in EV mode. Yes indeed, it's cold out, the green light is going, and it's time to show you how it works. Now before we get going, got to talk to you about a couple things. I can't get going because it got cold last night, as I said in the introduction, and I can't see out the window. That's frost on the window. So my liters per 100 might not turn out as well as I wanted to. Now, I still think it's going to come out at 5.5 for the little trek that I'm going to do, because we're going to go about 30 or 40 kilometers, maybe a little more. Yeah, in a snowstorm, we'll see how it happens, but I'm going to show you the dash. More importantly, you can see how the energy efficiency leaves work, how the mileage, you can say kilometers per hour, but we still say mileage. Kilometers per hour we're doing, how far we're going, but more importantly, watch the gauge on the left hand side. And I'm really hoping that the new Ford Escape Hybrid, which they got rid of, this would be a Ford Escape Hybrid in 2013 when I bought it, but they got rid of it. I don't know why they did that, but they did. You'll see the gray and the blue, so you'll be able to see popping up and down how EV works. It goes into EV, out of EV. Now, one of the things I wanted to bring up before we get going, because, well, I gotta wait for the windshield to defrost. Because you don't want to be driving with the windshield full of frost. And so welcome to a colder climate. I want to talk about a couple of hybrids that are coming out here in 2020. One is the Ford Escape all-wheel drive hybrid, which I'm pretty sure I will be getting one. My Lincoln is up, and I'm going to convert to the Escape Hybrid, because one of the things I absolutely hate is spending money on gasoline. I don't care if it's $2 a liter, I just don't want to spend it. In fact, if it was $2 a liter, our economy would be booming here in Calgary, and everybody, the roads would be paved to gold. Because that means the price of oil would be, I don't know, probably $200 a barrel. But I want to talk about a couple of hybrids coming out. The Escape Hybrid is one. The RAV4 Hybrid is supposed to be coming out. And, believe it or not, I found this a little shocking today when I was doing some research. The Chrysler Pacifica is coming out in plug-in hybrid mode. Now, I got to tell you, Chrysler has not been at the forefront of hybrid technology and whatnot over the last little while. General Motors has the Volt, and that's all they got. I couldn't find anything else that they've got, just the Volt. I know someone that has one, hates the car. For the money he spent, just hates the car. And I think that's the big thing you got to remember when someone doesn't like a car they bought. It's about the price they paid for what they're getting. Do I pay $60,000 for a car? I don't want to pay $60,000 for a Bolt. It don't cost that much, but anyways. The other thing is, apparently the CR-V, Honda's coming out with a hybrid. Now, I wrote this down. Let me just take a quick little look. The Escape is 5.5 liters per 100. Pretty good, right? That's city. Everything's city here. Highways more. The RAV4 is going to be 5.8 liters. CR-V apparently is going to be 7. The Pacifica's, only thing I could get on the Pacifica was 2.7, because it's a plug-in hybrid and they just don't have hybrid mileage. But I'm guessing the hybrid mileage isn't going to be as good as pretty big vehicle. I think it's going to be pretty tough for them to, 8-9 liters per 100, most likely. And then the other thing is the Lincoln MKZ, or what I like to call the Lincoln Z. I should just call it Z. I don't know why they do all those other things. But it's coming in at 5.7 liters per 100, and there's no price between the gas and the electric. So that's a really good thing. It's the only car that does that. Now, there's some other ones out there, the Hyundai Iconic and a few other cars, but I was kind of hoping just to stick to SUVs. And one of the things I don't quite understand about SUVs and hybrid technology is 1 liter of gasoline contains 8.9 kilowatt hours of equivalent. Why don't hybrids have bigger batteries in them? No offense, but the price of electricity in San Diego is 30 cents a kilowatt. If it had a 10 kilowatt battery, say 8.5 is for the engine to recharge, and 1.5 is the hybrid going back and forth. Like this car has a 1.4 kilowatt battery in it, I can get 8.9 by burning a liter of fuel. I can recharge that whole battery. I can recharge that whole battery. And then the 1.5 side would be done through the regenerative. So now I got my 10 kilowatt battery, and my 10 kilowatt battery should give me 60 kilometers for 1 liter. Gas is $1 a liter currently where I live. Much higher everywhere else in Canada. So why don't cars do this? And you know what? I'm going to send it out to a few people out there that do videos and that on this kind of stuff, because I'm a little dumbfounded. Hybrid technology is really good. I don't understand why more vehicles don't come with it. Probably because fuel's cheap and nobody cares. But that's that. So anyways, hopefully we'll have a video on how hybrid technology could be better to get you down to that 4 liters per 100 or 3 liters per 100 consistently. And I'm talking consistent. I don't mean plug it in and go a couple of kilometers, because I can't plug in where I live. I mean, I guess I could run an extension cord from my house out. You know, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to go build a garage so I can plug my car in. So, I mean, I just don't see that working. And in cold climates, I just don't see it working. Where it's warm, yeah, I get it. But where it's cold, where I live, I just don't see it's happening. Maybe the public just doesn't want it. So, anyways, here we go. Oh, look at that. Let's turn the wipers on. Look at that. The window's clear. Woohoo! The window's clear. So let's hit on the road and see how we do for mileage. Dash cam. Here we are. We're in drive heading down the road. I put this into 8 times mode, so it's going to react a little bit here, going up and down, up and down, up and down. But as you can see, the energy returned went 98% that time. Stuck at a light, obviously, because we're not going anywhere, but we're in EV mode. And you can see the little gray and the blues popping up and down on the gauge dial. On the right-hand side of the dial, this is where your liters per 100 is running. And then on the other side of the dial, you got the gray part, or white part, that's where the engine's coming on. And the blue is the electric part. And then if the arrow up and down on the battery is either putting electricity into your battery or taking it out. Here we go again, getting up to that 100 kilometer an hour mark. The big thing is when you're doing this is take off the line quite quickly and then let it go into EV. Take your foot off the gas and then let it go into EV. So if you're doing 60, 70, 80, 90 kilometers an hour, you get a lot more out of your car. And it goes further. And here we are heading down the highway. Thought it would flip to a highway mode at 8 times. It's a cold day and the snow is coming down. Not as bad as other days, but here we go. And see, 120 kilometers an hour. Kind of going a little fast. Shouldn't have been doing that. What time is it? I can tell you what time it is. It's time to see if we got any decent mileage. Heading on out to the southwest, southeast, did a little drive, came back, got some cat dashboard display, and a little bit of road. It was snowing. It is currently minus 12, and quite windy and late snow. So, let's see what we got. Did we get 5.5 in this terrible day, or was it higher? Let's see. There we go. We went 39.3 kilometers, and we got 5.3 liters per 100. And my car thanks me for driving a hybrid every time I turn it off. So that's the time it is, right there on a beautiful, nice and cold day. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up, a comment, or something like that. Maybe even a subscribe. Anyways, I look forward to seeing you in the future, and have a wonderful day.